Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphaneem. I hope you had a great day. I hope you found a lot of success today. We're going to begin here with a little bit of XRP news. Later on, we have some banking news. They're not doing well as usual. Startling things happening actually in the banking industry. And then we also have some stellar news, big movements, big things happening with XLM Stellar. So this article here is from prnewswire.com, and it is titled XRP Healthcare will be listed on global crypto exchange LBank on August the 16th. So let's scroll down here and see what's going on here. It says XRPH paired with USDT will be listed on LBank exchange on August 16th at 11 UTC. LBank is one of the top crypto exchanges established in 2015. It offers specialized financial derivatives, expert asset management services, and safe crypto trading to its users. This is all what they're saying. Like that's a heck of a promo, because then if I have to read it, it sounds like promotion, right? It says the platform holds over 9 million users from more than 210 regions across the world. Yeah, you know why I say that is because that's up to users of that service to verify if they're safe and if they provide this great service. It's an exchange. That's all I know. I don't use it. I have no idea about this. I'm only interested in the aspect of it that has XRP attached to it. That's it. It says XRP Healthcare, the first pharma and healthcare platform to be built on the XRP ledger, is an innovative, scalable solutions company utilizing Web3 technology to revolutionize the way people access and afford healthcare services globally, which sounds very similar to a lot of things that offerings on Algorand have been doing, like MaPay and others. So XRP Healthcare will shortly be launching its app and decentralized marketplace, allowing users to buy a range of traditional and non-traditional medication using its native token XRPH. All right, which will include, but not extensive of cost price generic medication. They go into some things here. I'm not going to mention those things that you could purchase. You read that for yourself. All right. I want to get in trouble on YouTube here. Latest partnerships include the first to supply affiliated NASA designed ventilators straight into Uganda. So this is a reputable company. If they really did this, that's impressive. Another formidable partnership is with United Networks of America, UNA, a leading provider of healthcare network solutions, who facilitated the creation of the XRP Healthcare prescription savings cards. Well, they have a lot going on. Wow. Allowing users to save up to 80% of medications and prescriptions from over 68,000 USA pharmacies, including Walmart, CVS, and Walgreens. XRP Healthcare, through its subsidiary, XRP Healthcare Africa, has also partnered with Ugandan-based M&A company, the Bernardi Investment Group, to dominate and consolidate the highly fragmented healthcare industry in Africa by acquiring already profitable private medical centers, pharmacies, and hospitals, then upgrading buildings, payments, services, training, and equipment, of which the NASA designed ventilator and the XRPH token will play pivotal roles. So that's very interesting. Of course, we have a lot of interesting things going on the XRPL. So now we have this article here from Reuters.com. Things continue to look very bad for the legacy banking system. Hey, I don't write the news. I just research it and report it. Don't get mad at me, bankers. It says Fitch warns it may be forced to downgrade multiple banks, including JP Morgan. Oh, my word. JP Morgan has been having so many problems. That's why I don't worry about them when they say things about the crypto industry, or when they become bearish and negative about the crypto industry. They have so many problems. Did you remember we've been reporting on their massive deposit flight? Now you have this problem here. There's other things also I won't mention, but they have a cadre of problems right now. But let's scroll down here and see what's going on. It says here, an analyst at Fitch Ratings warned that U.S. banks, including JP Morgan Chase, could be downgraded if the agency further cuts its assessment of the operating environment for the industry, according to a report from CNBC on Tuesday, which is why when they got downgraded back in June, United States got downgraded. Janet Yellen was so upset because it flies in the face and goes against the narrative that Janet Yellen, U.S. Treasury, and the Fed, Jerome Powell, have been building, saying, hey, don't worry, everything's okay. The banks are okay. Even they themselves have been contradictory. How do you say everything's okay? And then in the next breath, you say, well, banks may have to continue to consolidate, which means they're gonna go out. They're going to go under. Someone's going to have to purchase them. They're going to fail. That's what it meant. They play with these words in a very particular way so that laymen, don't understand what's really going on. But anyway, let's continue on here. It says, in June, Fitch lowered the score of the U.S. banking industry's, quote, operating environment, unquote, to AA minus from AA, citing pressure on the country's credit rating, gaps in regulatory framework. Didn't we cover that all last year? Monetary policy, regulations and such. Now you see this rapid advancement that they're trying to do towards issuing more regulations, which is only going to strangle the banks further. So anyway, it says gaps in regulatory framework and uncertainty about the future trajectory of interest rate hikes, which we all know what it is. They're going to have to continue to increase. When they took their foot off the gas with the increases, inflation went back up, as I said it would do. So anyway, says another one notch downgrade to A+ from AA minus would force Fitch to reevaluate ratings on each of the more than 70 U.S. banks it covers, analyst Chris Wolf told CNBC. CNBC been doing a good job lately. I'm impressed. Lenders were rocked earlier this month after Fitch's peer Moody's downgraded 10 mid-sized U.S. banks and warned it may cut ratings of several others. So it is going down, folks, as the youth like to say, right? Oh, man. It's a fun time. The legacy system has spent so much time kicking us around when they thought we were down. They negated to repair the problems that were taking them down inevitably. So now we have this article here on Bitcoinist.com. It's titled Stellar Gets Equity in MoneyGram. Now, if you go to Twitter and you click on that actual article, which has a link from Denell Dixon, you can read this little part. It's very interesting. It says, today I can share that the opportunity came to pass during the recent go private transaction with Madison Dearborn Partners, MDP, SDF, Stellar Development Foundation became a minority investor in MGMI, MoneyGram International. The investment was made out of SDF's own cash treasury, the assets set aside to support the operations of the Stellar Development Foundation, rather than the Enterprise Fund, a fund to invest in startups and earlier stage companies. It is the first investment of its kind made from SDF's treasury. You see where this is going? Things about to get interesting quick. It says our investment also includes a seat on its board of directors, of which I am proud to represent SDF among a diverse group of leaders in payments, financial services, and technology on the board who are excited to lend their expertise to strengthen and guide MGI's digital strategy. So the way I'm taking this, and I know this is going to expand over time, in my humble opinion, this is where they're beginning, is that now it's not just Stellar working with MoneyGram. Pretty much now they are MoneyGram. They're a part of MoneyGram. All right. Unbelievable what's taking place here if you just see the setup. It says this investment positions SDF to contribute to MGI's journey. Much more than that, you share the journey now. You invested in them. You sit on the board of directors. You're them now. Keep doing it, particularly in areas such as expanding its digital business. And that's where Stellar wanted to get in. People don't have no clue what's about to happen these next few years. It's going to take some time, but Stellar is setting themselves up to be major in the world. Exploring blockchain technology. Just my humble opinion. It's not financial advice. Exploring blockchain technology. Which company you think they're going to be pushing? Somewhat like Ripple. They're going to push their own technology. They're going to push Sorrel, man. They're going to push Stellar. It's in their best interest. They have a vested interest in it now, especially, and contributing to the many other ways this financial technology company enables consumers and businesses to move and manage money in nearly every country around the world. Keep in mind, MoneyGram works with a bevy of clearinghouse banks. You think that Stellar doesn't want a piece of that? No, they may get a piece of it now. I mean, what they're going to be capable of doing goes far beyond USDC now. We'll see. We shall see. It says here, most importantly, it signifies a rededication from MGI, one of the world's leading global financial technology, to becoming a digital forward leader in fintech. They're looking to transform MoneyGram. I felt this from the beginning. And as badly as MoneyGram needs it, they're going to have to bend the knee. I really do, to stay ahead of the competition. This is an exciting time for SDF and MGI, and I believe the opportunities will only grow. This is what I was just saying. This is just the beginning. I see where you're going, Stellar. I see where you're going. Things are looking really, really good as of right now. So now let's move on to another article here. So now this article here is from Cointelegraph.com. It's titled, Singapore Central Bank Releases Regulatory Framework for Stablecoins. Who's deep in Singapore? Who's working with the Monetary Authority of Singapore? Ripple, XRP. This framework outlines requirements for stablecoin issuers to meet to be deemed as regulated by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. I think there was a typo there. That was a little difficult to read. Singapore Central Bank has released a revised regulatory framework aimed at ensuring stability for single currency stablecoins, SCSs, regulated in the city-state. Monetary Authority of Singapore announced the framework on August the 15th, which is aimed at non-bank issued stablecoins, which is they're just CBDCs. That's what stablecoins are. They're base level CBDCs. As the BIS and I believe the Fed also, a long time ago, they released documents. So they're still out there, right? Anybody can read them. But that's pretty much what CBDCs are. And that's one of the reasons why it was the Fed. As a matter of fact, they wrote 2 documents. And in one of those documents, they were saying, hey, we don't feel like we need to really release a CBDC because if we wanted to, we could conscript stable coins. But this was before all those problems with the algorithmic stable coins. And then, of course, you did have the depegging of USDC. So you can't forget that. So, but this was before that. So maybe that changed some things. Anyway, it says at non-bank issued stable coins pegged to the value of the Singapore dollar or G10 currencies such as the euro, British pound, and United States dollar, whose circulation exceeds 5 million Singapore dollars, $3.7 million. It says the bank's financial supervision deputy manager director, Ho Hearn Shin, said the framework aims to facilitate stablecoin use, quote, as a credible digital medium of exchange and as a bridge between the fiat and digital asset ecosystems, unquote. All right, so we're going to leave off right there for today. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.